Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Christian, and good afternoon to you. I hope you're very well. I hope everyone on this call is very well. Um, it's great to see all of you. So I believe we can pass on calling roll since we don't have a quorum. Is that correct? Okay.
That is correct.
Thank you, Dr. Christian. Well, welcome everyone. I do hope that you've been well. I ended up with walking pneumonia for several weeks and I'm finally over it. Thank goodness. My son is getting married on Saturday, so looking forward to that. But oh, and Miss Erica knows my son, so Miss Simon, Avi's getting married. And he also just passed his doctoral exams at NC State, so he's now actually Dr. Avrahami. And I do want to give a shout out to Miss Simon because years ago she was a wonderful mentor to my son Avi when he was in high school. So I owe her a lot. But we'll move forward. I'll just briefly talk about what I have on the agenda for today. So one is Juneteenth. And I know several of us attend Juneteenth every year. I think we've gone for 4 or 5 years. Miss Annette Wilson is always there, very active. Also, Miss Sheila Williams. I regret this year I will not be able to attend. Breaks my heart, but I will actually be out of the country at a conference. So after I get through just my brief report and updates, maybe we can have a discussion. I know the city, you all, Erica, Carlin, everybody is always there. Dr. Christian, we have, a wonderful presence from the city, and so AHI commissioners always really enjoy that time of fellowship there. So I'm not sure what is planned for this year, but hopefully at least a few of us can be there to represent AAHI. So I think we'll hear more from Dr. Christian and everyone from the city a little later on that. So summer oral histories, I would just again encourage everyone. Mr. Flynn is around. I will be gone away for actually 2 conferences for most of the month of June, but I'll be back in July, and I would be very happy to either help host events or any, whether we do something out in the community, whether you arrange something at your church or your sorority group, whatever you might have, a family reunion. A few years back, Miss Simon was really encouraging everybody to take advantage of whether it's high school reunions, family reunions. Those would be great opportunities. So we really just want to move forward and do some interesting oral histories to add to our archive. So while we will likely take a break, we usually do, at least for July, sometimes June and July, but nonetheless, we can be very active over the summer, whether we go out to where the events are, or we can make arrangements with Mr. Flynn at the Winston-Salem State Library Archive, which is a really wonderful place to do the recordings. The next, again, Mapping Prejudice has been coming along very well. So lots of great community response. We've done some extra special workshops with, for instance, students at UNCSA, very involved there. We're hoping to get them involved to help us with the project in the fall. But I would just encourage you to be thinking about since we are official sponsors of this project, it aligns to our reparative justice goals and mission of AAHI. And so moving forward in the fall, if you would like for us to schedule a workshop at your church or any other group, it is a great way to promote the mission of AAHI. And so I'll be continuing to work on that project, leading it in terms of our interns from WSSU, as well as interns from Wake Forest. We've invited interns from UNCSA as well as Salem, just trying to make it as broad across the city and county as possible, as inclusive of students as possible. So just to let you know, that's going well. And it's kind of, it gives us hope because it shows that we can be out there in the community. And whenever I'm doing anything on behalf of Mapping Prejudice, I always promote who we are and what our mission is. So just keep that in mind, because we would love to get you on board and have you join some of those sessions. And maybe if you come to some of those workshops, you can maybe learn too, even about the range of sort of doing things out in the community. If you want to organize a very specific AAHI related meeting where we're not sponsoring any of our projects with our partners, but just ourselves. So I would just ask you to consider that. We'll be starting up the workshops for sure again, most likely late August or early September. And then finally, as I mentioned earlier, we usually take a summer break. So while we don't meet as a commission for our Wednesday, first of the month Wednesday meetings, we can be very active out in the public and be doing a lot of our trying to reach our goals and our mission. And so again, I hope that we can get lots and lots of oral histories done over the summer, even while we're not meeting monthly. So that is all that I have to share for now. Dr. Christian, I will send it over to you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. And good afternoon, everyone. Just a few reminders that we will be involved in our India Fest this upcoming weekend. Staff will go out and partake in that, and we will also set up a booth there. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll have great weather for that and a lot of participation. Next week, we'll be out at Greek Fest. That's something that we, of course, collaborate with them on each and every year. So that's a big to do. And as Chair Villagomez mentioned, we will have a table set up, all-day event on June the 21st for the Juneteenth event. So if you are available to come out for that, please do so. That's all that I have.
Thank you, Dr. Christian. Mr. Finet is trying to get in. His laptop, unfortunately, is updating, but would we have a quorum if he joins us?
Carlin, how many do we have on the call?
I think we have, let's see.
Ms. Duncan, how many do we have on the call? And if Mr. Finet joined, will they have a quorum? How many?
No, we will only
have 3.
have 4 people.
I see 2.
And Ms.
Okay.
Williams stated that she have to leave shortly. So, and we still don't have a quorum, so no.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask, can you repeat that date for the Juneteenth observance?
It's the 21st.
Okay, 21st. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You are welcome.
Dr. Christian, will there be a June meeting for AAHI, or will we be off both June and July?
What we will do is let's follow the same schedule that we did last year. And so June would be an off month, if my memory serves me correctly.
And July as well, correct?
It's the opposite. We're off in July and we meet in June.
June, July. Okay.
Since I'll be out, I'll actually be out of the country. If I was just going out of state, I would definitely be able to join you, but I'll be out of country, at a conference. So I guess my question is, Miss Annette, would you be available to run the June meeting?
I don't see any problem. Hold on 1 minute. Let me just check. The June meeting is going to be on June the 4th. Okay. I should be in town, but I'll be in town. Yeah.
Perfect. And I can, if there's anything that comes up, I can send you updates. I would imagine maybe the commission would mostly talk about Juneteenth, but anything else, Vice Chair Wilson, you would want to talk about, of course, that would be definitely what you could do with your leadership discernment. But before I leave, we can talk, and I can send you any items. I can suggest items. But thank you for being willing to chair that session. Are there any other suggestions, questions, or comments?
Will we have anything that will be distributed at Juneteenth that's specific to AAHI, like the bookmarks or anything? I know we haven't had a newsletter or an update of anything recently, but will we have anything of that nature?
We could take a good hard look at what we have downstairs in storage. If not, then we could definitely look and see if we can create something for that event.
I think that would be helpful because otherwise we kind of just get overlooked and even though because did we ever find the banner?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, the first few years we had some nice posters and banners, but they seem to have been lost in storage. And I did request if we could have new ones done, because I do think some folks get us confused with a few other groups, and that also have, of course, we're not competing, but some of our wonderful partners have really beautiful banners and posters. And so I think because we don't have any for AHI now, it can create some confusion, and we sort of we're just kind of invisible in a way because of that. But so it would be great if that material, something could be found. I know we distributed some really lovely things even last year at We Built This. I think there were some special things that we distributed then. So that's a great suggestion. Thank you, Miss Annette.
And we'll also look into, I heard you say that there were banners, so we will take a look and see if we can move forward with ordering banners for you all.
That would be perfect. Thank you, Dr. Christian.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or suggestions?
Is it a possibility that maybe before you leave, we could just get together and maybe just draft maybe a tip sheet or something that says what is an oral history, something that we could give to people that says, how long it would take, to kind of encourage them to participate with us?
Yes, I mean, I did sort of work with staff on that, and actually with the whole commission when I first came on. And but we could revisit that. I think Linda Dark helped, but I could sort of draft something like that. Just like, yeah, I think that is excellent, Annette, because maybe people don't really understand what an oral history is. It might be frightening. And I know one of the things that Councilperson Scipio and I encountered pretty early on was that a lot of people think that only our Black doctors and lawyers and professors and businessmen, etc., should be interviewed. And we have been telling them, no, whoever you are, your story is beautiful. Your story is precious. Everyday life, whatever you experience, that's what we want to go into our archive. So there is that element of just making sure that our people understand that their stories are so valuable. And we would cherish the story of a maid or a hairdresser or a cook or anybody, as much as somebody who is a professor or doctor. So I think that's one thing, but also just to take maybe the fear element out and explain why these histories are so important. So maybe I can just do some kind of a little bullet informational thing, and then we can go from there. That's great. Thank you, Vice Chair
And maybe
Wilson.
as soon as we come back in August or whenever, that we could come up with a slogan that promotes everybody has a story to tell. And maybe we could use that next year as our theme, getting people to share their stories.
Oh, that's perfect. Everyone has a story to tell. Yes. Let's work on that.
Okay.
So we will do that. Well, I think Vice Chair Wilson, you and I have some nice work cut out for us. We can get busy in July, and actually before I leave too, I promise.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. Well, I look forward to working with you on those suggested items, and we'll get those done. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Please take good care and stay well. Oh, I'm missing all of you city folks and all the commissioners at Juneteenth, but I'm sure, just as always, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, blessed event. So have a wonderful time there. And if anybody needs me, I will be around. I think I'm flying out on like June 1st, but I'll be around, just getting through our final examinations and the wedding. So I'll be completely available next week if you need me. So please feel free to call, text, email. I am definitely very honored to be at your service. So take good care. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Afternoon. Bye.
Thank you.